That's a known fact.
No, I mean, all right. I'll drink the milk on that bowl.
I hope that bowl's one of those bowls they give to kids with a straw.
They give you a novelty toilet bowl shaped cereal bowl.
Hey, that's funny.
You save them enough box tops?
They make those for coffee mugs, so they need to make those for cereal bowls.
They should make those. And then on the bottom, there's a little straw.
And you can shotgun the milk.
I was about to say you do a flush. There's a flush button that releases the
and
bottom.
And it's got a Billy Bass sound clip thing of.
But then it's you just drinking the milk after a delicious bowl of cinnamon
Reese's
toast
Puffs.
crunch. We're talking a little about Japanese stuff.
Good time to take a sip mid-sentence.
Do you think...
mid-interjection, mid-sentence.
I like to give anticipate and the suspense. Do you think people are ever in Japan? What is a... I'm going to reword this. What is a Japanese Jamaican guy's favorite thing to read? Manga. There you go. There you go.
I just didn't want you to be racist alone.
Manga.
My brain really raced. My brain raced, much like a Jamaican man.
Yeah.
To try and make it so you weren't racist alone.
No, there's nothing racist. They're always saying man.
They're always saying man. Yeah, that's completely, entirely, 100% true. Everyone in Jamaica is going man all the time.
Yeah. I was telling, because I listened to
just like everyone in fucking Germany is going stroopwafel all the time.
You just read that off a pack of food.
Pack of food? You consider cookies food?
You got more stroopwafels?
I have a sneaky stroopwafel.
Eric came over the basket of food and gave it out, and he kept one. You're like Santa.
You didn't bring up the drama.
You're like Santa with a Game Boy in the back pocket.
You didn't bring up the drama.
Oh, the drama. My girlfriend got mad at me because
we should Breakfast Club this drama. Bring in Whitney.
All right. We don't have another mic.
You can share a mic. I would love to do an interview with a couple.
No, after the cookie issue last night, I don't think we can share a mic. After the caramel shortbread chocolate cookie issue.
Oh, those are good.
I don't think sharing is an option.
I didn't know it was those. I can see.
Yeah, it was those.
Those are good.
So Eric brings over food that he steals from a lady who steals them from an airplane.
Steal them. She gives them to me.
Oh, okay, but she does steal them.
They're gonna get thrown away.
Out of the plane?
You told me when you worked at that fancy restaurant.
Eric's pointing his finger right now at me.
That you tip pooled, but everyone had a written agreement that you would pocket some cash tips to pay for your parking.
Yeah.
Same thing.
So she's pocketing stroopwafels
to pay for her parking. To bribe the parking attendant.
She's sticking him in the coin slot.
She's giving him to Mike Ehrmantraut to compliment his pimento cheese sandwich.
What is going on? Is there a reference?
Watched Breaking Bad.
I watched it begrudgingly.
Oh, you didn't watch Better Call Saul, though. I think that's more of a Better Call Saul.
I didn't watch Better Call Saul.
You would like Better Call Saul a lot more.
People keep saying that.
It is a better show.
I don't trust them.
I don't trust
People also keep telling me that I shouldn't be wearing this Trump hat.
They also keep telling me to take that red hat off.
People have been telling me all kinds of shit.
And take off my White Lives Matter shirt.
They say that flame...
I say Kanye is a fashion trailblazer. I want to look like the coolest guy in the world.
They say that flame retardant gel on your arm is going to run out. That flame is going to reach skin.
Well, fuck you.
I say, fuck you. How do they do it in the movies? They say, not for 4 hours. As a big flame. My arm is exhausted. I'm holding one arm up with the other arm. It's
numb,
so
you
tired.
don't even feel.
I don't even know if it's burning.
Well, joke's on you. I can't feel this arm anymore.
And you say, oh, you smell burning hair. I took a hit of too small of a joint and my mustache singed. So fuck you, pal.
Well, the wind blew, and it blew my hair onto my cigarette while I was lighting it. And a whole big strand went up, okay?
A parrot lands on your... Oh, no!
That happened to me one time
A
outside.
parrot landed on your arm and it was on fire.
That happened to me one time outside of Groucho's where I was trying to light a cigarette and then like,
I thought for sure. I legitimately thought this was gonna be a parrot anecdote.
oh no, I had a parrot outside of
After this,
Groucho's.
do you have any parrot anecdotes? Tell this one, but then later maybe tell
I
the
do have a
parrot
parrot
anecdote.
anecdote.
Okay, we'll both tell our parrot anecdotes.
But I was at Groucho's and a bunch of my hair blew in front of the lighter and
Yeah.
it like lit a lot of my hair on
Oh.
fire. And I was young, so I was only drinking water. So I just dumped a bunch of water
Yeah.
on my head. And then there was like 5 other people standing in a circle. And they just, as they turned around, it was just me going, ah! And dumping a bunch of water on top of my head. And so I just looked like a lunatic.
It's a hipster nerd bar, so they're all just like Flashdance cosplay. I love it. This guy's great. He's doing Flashdance and Michael Jackson at the Pepsi commercial.
This 18-year-old boy is so hip.
Yeah. The sign may say no droids allowed, but we'll let this 18-year-old into the bar. It's a new comedy. We're a cool bar.
Oh. But there's a person.
It's just a cop going into a nerd bar that says no droids allowed, and he goes, "Better turn off my body cam." And they're like, that's not really what that means.
beating
Beating the
people
shit out of it.
Just sees me.
Don't worry, I left my droid outside.
No droids allowed, and it's like, what? You gotta have an iPhone to drink these days?
Yeah, it's a good one. No droids allowed. That's fucking Samsung Erasure. Who makes the droid?
But someone who lives across the street.
Who makes the droid?
Who makes the droid? Do you want me to tell my fucking parrot story?
Oh, I thought you were still telling the burning your hair story.
Well, that's the end of that. How does that end? I put the fire out.
That
That's
could-
how fire stories usually end.
Tell us
The
about
fire
the
is
shower.
extinguished.
Tell us about the next shower.
Strange.
You do an extra shampoo?
Well, it was more the next combing my hair going, yeah, a lot's gone.
Lots gone.
Locks gone.
Locks gone.
But
You know Locks of Love?
I'm aware.
The S&M
The S&M charity.
S&M website.
The S&M charity group.
Locks for Love.
Whoever could get tied up the longest. We're doing a tie up marathon.
Yeah, locks for. I'm donating my hair to Locks of Love.
every-
They're gonna use it to handcuff a guy to a motel bed. It's the only way he can feel something.
Yeah. Well, some girl steals his wallet.
We need 9 inches of hair, or else it's not enough to make the restraints.
I can't make restraints with this measly 7 inches.
Yeah.
But the parrot across the street, the parrot across the
Parrot across.
That's gonna be the children's book I read.
I pay my rent on time.
There's a parrot who lives in the house across the street from the place I work at, and he's not like a trained parrot, so he just learns sounds that he hears a lot.
Yeah.
And so he just
He's a street smart parrot.
he is a street smart parrot.
Street smart parrot.
Because one of the few sounds that he's learned is just being able to imitate police sirens.
That's pretty cool.
So he'll just be outside smoking a cigarette, and then he'll just hear "wee," and then everybody's like, "What the fuck?"
It's a parrot.
Because we're just smoking cigarettes.
You're out there smoking. You're like, okay, it's just the parrot. And then a minute later, you hear it again. You go, okay, it's just someone listening to the new Beach Boys record.
The new Beach Boys.
The new
record.
Beach Boys record.
The Beach Boys.
The new.
They're dropping a new single.
I'm in the new Beatles.
Did you just watch yesterday?
Is that? Oh no! I thought for a second I got excited. I was like, someone did the new Beatles. That would be huge if they could do that.
I heard Sean Lennon did not like the ending of that movie.
What was the ending?
He goes and John Lennon is just living in a cabin on a beach, and he's very happy. And
He's just some guy.
he's just a dude. Yeah, he just marries a lady
Yeah.
and has like a life.
Yeah.
And his son was like, "That's bullshit."
Is it an Asian woman?
I don't think you see her, but I would like to imagine.
The director definitely, they were arguing about that choice, and that's when they decided that let's just not show her.
Let's just not show her. But they whispered in the other actor's ear, like, you know she's an Asian woman.
The options are Asian woman or a white woman with a black eye.
I hate to give line readings, but I just want you to know that in your mind, you know that his wife is an Asian woman.
You see an Asian woman.
You see her, she's making tea, but she's not going to be shown on screen.
You're holding back gong sounds.
There's a gong in the background. Yeah. There's a Tibetan singing bowl somewhere.
Is Chuck Berry looking angry?
They're drinking British tea, but it's out of a very strange looking vessel.
No, those are the John Lennon's great loves. An Asian woman, a different Asian woman, or a white lady with a black eye.
Did he date a different Asian woman?
Well, at one point, Yoko Ono was like, you're kind of bugging me, man. Because John Lennon just became like a house husband. And then she was like, you're bugging me. Why don't you just hang out with our assistant, who's a cute Asian girl who's younger than us? Why don't you two just go off for like a year? And then that assistant, May Pang, was like, I don't know how I feel about this. And they're like, damn it, do your job. And then she's like, okay.
John Lennon sucks.
Yeah, so then there's like they call it John Lennon's Lost Weekend. It's when he was hanging out with Harry Nilsson and when he was like wasted heckling the Smothers Brothers and shit. He just had to which was probably extra crazy because John Lennon's just wasted and constantly fighting people who are like, nice to meet you, Yoko. He's just like, you son of a bitch.
John Lennon sucks.
It's a different Asian woman. No, and then him and Yoko got back together.
And they made the greatest album of all time.
Yeah. No, there's something where May Pang years later, there's an interview where it's about her and Yoko, they ran into each other somewhere.
Did they find a different Asian name?
May Pang? No.
Can't they be like, well, listen, we'll do this, but can you change your name?
It's one of those where it's like, I'm confident saying this name, but I feel like when I'm editing it, I'm going to look up and I'm way wrong. And I'm going to go, listen, I need to bleep this section. Her name's Susan Anthony. And her name May Pang. I don't even know if they're the same kind of Asian. Her and Yoko might have been different Chineses.
She's just Filipino.
It might have been a different kind of Chinese. No, but they, May Pang, they ran into each other at some airport and they were like, hey, where do I know you from? Hey! Which that's funny. That would be like if you're watching a porn where it's like a husband and wife and then they got like, your unrelated niece is staying over who's 25 for some reason. And then you have like 40 years later, they're like, well, that guy died.
Yeah.
But now the niece is 65, the other lady's 85. Let's have them hook up.
They should do
Let's make Bangin' the Babysitter sequel.
They should do a 7-Up of porn. I mean,
yes.
Obviously, you can't start at 7, but
no, you gotta follow them through the years.
We'll do 18 up.
No one knows what you're talking about. They think you're just like, let's make a Dr. Pepper for fucking Instagram artists.
7-Up is a British documentary where they follow some 7-year-olds and then they follow them. They follow them every 7 years.
Every 7 years.
So we start at 18, and then what's 18?
Which that 7? Coincidentally is how long it takes to be released from prison for stalking a child. I'm filming these babies. All right, I'm in jail. I'm out. I'm gonna film
adults now.
I'm gonna film 7-year-olds. All right, I'm back. Still too young, eh? What about 14-year-olds?
Jesus Christ. No, that would be fun.
That would be fun.
Let's do it.
I mean, you easily could.
I don't know about easily.
The internet's out there, man. You can find anybody.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can necessarily...
Because most of them are dead.
I don't know if we can necessarily fabricate a boyhood-style porno.
One time I was on the internet and this lady's like, I'm from...
Everything at 7-Up, and then I'm like,
boyhood-style
porno.
Stop with your weird references.
Well, everyone knows what boyhood is.
Boyhood, yeah. Well, that's when you watch 7-Up. Having a 7-Up, watching a porn. 7-Up and porn.
Did you ever snack while you jerked off?
I remember one time, like, vaguely doing it and being like, wait, what? The other day I was listening to some podcasts, and then I was getting ready. I was like, I'm gonna go to bed. I guess maybe I'll jerk off a little bit before I go to bed. And I saw the podcast going, and then I had a moment where I was like, wait a second. I gotta turn off this history podcast. Wait a sec.
Can't be listening to Dan Carlin.
Why is the dollop still on?
I'm trying to do a dollop of masturbating.
Yeah, what is going on here, pal?
Last podcast on the left, I was using my left.
I do use my left because I use the right hand for the computer mouse.
You don't jerk off with your left hand.
I do because I use my right hand.
You should be ambidextrous by now, then.
That just shows that
masturbation is useless and sin.
I was gonna say formative years, but I mean, you got the dial up. Statue of Jesus to your left. Portrait straight on.
You have a lot of Jesus in your house?
I said it backwards. We had a portrait of Jesus to the left of the computer and a statue on the computer desk. And then last time I was home, I was like, was this just so that you would like guilt trip us not into jacking off?
And your mom said, I did not think about my children masturbating.
My mom laughed. Well, because I noticed that she had moved the Jesus is somewhere else. Oh. And I was like, oh, this is because you're not trying to guilt us into not masturbating. And I think my mom had a nice chuckle.
Well, we only had the one computer, and when I would turn around, I would just see a picture of Buddha, or a statue of Buddha.
And that's why you like big, beautiful.
And that's why I'm into BBW. Actually, it would be the opposite, because I would associate, a little post-nut regret with the big fat dude.
No, it's post-nut happiness. You go, ah.
Actually, you're right. When I was a child, I didn't have post-nut.
After I come, I go, ah. Well, I think that you exclusively associate orgasming with regret. It speaks of your more of your life as an adult.
No, I don't associate orgasming with regret at all.
You just said you did. Let's unpack.
Let's unpack. No, I was listening to NPR to try and find something. NPR's been not very funny lately.
You're listening to Nut Post Radio.
PNR. Post-Nut Radio.
Post-Nut Radio.
We're one over from the dial of NPR, and we try and trick you.
Nina
Dunham.
Nina Scrotenberg.
Nina Dunham is an NPR person.
Really?
Yes.
Nina Dunham? Are you sure?
I'm fairly sure.
Nina Dunham.
I am fairly fucking confident. I'll look it up.
It's going to be awesome when you're like, I'm thinking of the person from Girls. Well, I thought that was obvious.
Okay, well, this isn't looking good. What about just Dunham NPR? There's someone.
You're thinking of Lena Dunham. You're thinking of Dunham Sporting Goods. Or I knocked my tooth
I'm thinking
out.
of Miranda Lynn Dunham, a nurse practitioner.
You can't talk at all. Every other word you're like, book was report.
I've only been awake for like 30 I've only been awake for like 30 minutes.
You've been here longer than 30 minutes.
No, I haven't.
When did you get here?
This podcast has only been going for 22. And we started pretty quick.
We did. Damn. 45. No. So when you came over watching videos about actors talking about their favorite roles.
Oh, so that wasn't just about The Hobbit?
No, it was something where actors talking about their favorite roles.
Oh, was it the GQ thing?
Yeah,
I like that thing.
But I was fine series, but I was hoping it would be them being Javier Bardem being like, once I had a Kaiser role. And once on the set of Vicky Cristina Barcelona, I had Barrera, who was really good.
Barrera?
Whatever you say it.
Whatever you say it.
Once I had...
Whatever you say it. And you're saying I can't talk.
This is Elijah Wood being like, I like a classic dinner roll. When we were making Come to Daddy or whatever the fuck dumb bullshit Elijah Wood makes now.
What's your favorite role?
I didn't have a King's Hawaiian roll until I was older, and then I was
really?
like, yikes.
You mean yikes?
No, it's good.
That's not what you mean. What?
I say yikes. I'm like,
Because then you're like, well, now I know how good this
I say
is. I'm
yikes.
gonna want this all the time.
I say yikes to mean good, and then I use awesome to just describe the scale of power. I'm one of those people who's like Hitler with his awesome capabilities.
He did have some awesome capabilities.
I thought it's funny when people use awesome to not mean just cool.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what the fuck? And like, I guess that's true.
The nuclear bomb has awesome capabilities.
I guess it did. It was Sum of Awe.
It was definitely awe.
That was the name of that movie, The Sum of All Aws.
It's Christopher Nolan's new
Sum of All
new
Aws.
movie. The Sum of All Aws. The Christopher Nolan story.
Christopher Nolan story.
Are you gonna go see Memento 2? What's the new movie called?
Is he making Memento
Heisenberg.
2? Heisenberg.
What's it called?
Jesse Heisenberg. It's Jesse Heisenberg.
What the fuck is it called?
Heisenberg, I think. Oppenheimer.
It's not called
It's Oppenheimer.
Heisenberg.
You're right. It's Oppenheimer. You're right. It's Oppenheimer.
Oh.
What did he do? Some shit with the bomb?
He fucking built like some fucking grenade or something. I don't know.
I made a grenade. He's the guy who invented a Molotov
He fucking
cocktail.
worked in like a grenade factory. He was some fucking wimp.
He's the guy from that Banksy picture with the
Yeah, he
flower
was that
Molotov
dude.
cocktail.
Yeah. Ugh.
No, man, Christopher Nolan's cool. I'm excited because someone's taking me to go see Avatar 2.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I haven't seen Avatar 1.
Neither have I.
They've insisted it doesn't matter.
I don't think it does.
They said it's like Terminator 2.
I don't know. Have they already seen Avatar 2?
They have.
That's disgusting.
This is someone who's seen it and is like, Dan, you're coming to town. I insist on paying for you and I.
Where are you going?
Chattanooga. We're going to go see it at the Chattanooga Aquarium, which I guess is one of the best IMAX.
It is.
It's one of the best places to see Avatar 2.
It is.
So this person's like, it's like if I was going to Paris and someone was like, Dan, we must get coffee at the Eiffel Tower. And I was like, I don't really want to. And they're like, I've been twice this week.
You have to. Try.
We have to. I was like, don't you live here?
Who the fuck is taking you to do that? Is it
Elijah.
Okay. You're really gonna.
No, I'm going to go.
But I mean, you're really gonna take his word on that's a good idea?
To not have seen Avatar 1?
To just see it at all?
Oh, I bet it's going to be fun. I generally do not like anything on an IMAX screen, so I'm going to be confused and hate it. I saw Iron Man 2 on like a nice screen, and that was what, like 2002?
Yeah, that was like 1998.
And even then I was like, this is a bit much.
I've been rewatching Party Down.
They need to dull this film.
I've been rewatching Party Down.
How's that going?
I'm watching with someone who'd never seen it before. And
Is
I
it
was
going
like,
well? You're able to watch them all? Not having trouble with
My internet's
the
fine.
order?
My internet's fine, yeah.
Sometimes people have trouble.
But I was like, yeah, it came out in like 2009, I think. And then they pulled their phones out, and I'm like, all right, it's a period piece. It's basically Barry Lyndon at this point, I guess.
Adam Scott has like a home phone he's plugging into jacks.
Adam Scott's putting his phone on like a modem router to try and apply for auditions.
Party Down. That's a great show. Are we having fun yet?
Are we having fun yet?
Are we having fun yet?
I just saw the episode with J.K. Simmons.
What's that? His daughter has a party? No, his wife is that one lady.
No, I meant J.K.
Just kidding. You saw it with just.
I saw it with Simmons Russell.
Oh, okay. This is crazy. The Avatar was released in 3D using Real 3D, Dolby 3D, Xpan D 3D, and IMAX 3D, and 4D.
4D?
That was only in select experiences in South Korean theaters.
Well, road trip.
But like, who out there is like, someone out there must be writing articles that's like the difference between Real D3D, Dolby 3D, and Xano 4.5 D7.
I think the real
Avatar
reality is someone writing for Vice was like, I took acid and watched 4D Avatar in Seoul.
And so I would love to do that. I'm excited to see James Cameron's vision. Eric's belly just made a
It
sound.
did make a little groan.
You're hungry for James Cameron.
I am. My belly's hungry for James Cameron.
This first movie, how much do you think it cost to make?
$1 billion, right?
237 million.
Oh, the first one?
Yeah.
Oh my. Yeah, that would have. I know the second one cost $1 billion.
This new one costs $1 billion?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I have to go see it. It costs $1 billion.
I gotta help him out.
I gotta help. I gotta do my part.
I gotta help a brother out.
Yeah, that's crazy. I can't. I mean, what am I dropping the? No, this one's budget is 350 to 460 million, which is like, how do you give or take $110 million? How are you gonna be like? What are you, the Pentagon? How are you gonna fucking?
I feel like this movie's just tax fraud.
Yeah, like, how do you lose track of 110
This is just
million?
the film adaptation of tax fraud.
Good God, this movie's long.
Of course it's long. The first one was long.
Check it out though. Edited by David Brenner. Let's click on his page. Okay, not David Brenner.
That would be. How great would that be? What a great pivot.
Yeah.
What a good career
David
pivot.
Brenner, 70s comedian David Brenner is editing Avatar: The Way of Water.
James Cameron came to one of my lowest attendance shows of all time. And he said, "Do you know how to use Final Cut Pro?" And I went, "I've only used Avid." And he went, "Fantastic. That's what I was hoping you'd say."
Yeah.
We're going to put you on Avatar 2.
Avatar. Avatar.
I'm a big Avatar.
If only fucking Mad TV was around. You make Avatar. Artie Lang painted blue. Knocking stuff over. Stewart's there in blue. Look at me in blue. Look at me in blue. He looked like a man who was blue.
Just everyone somehow painted to look like they have Down syndrome.
Yeah.
And those big robot things that they wear
Yeah.
to, like, get into the universe.
Well, this is okay. This says all 4 sequels have fully encapsulated standalone plots that come to their own conclusions. So I don't need to see Avatar 1.
Or 2.
No, I'm seeing 2. This is funny because it says, it lists the Avatar franchise, and it's Avatar 2009, The Way of Water 2022, Avatar 3, Avatar 4, Avatar 5. It's like, I hope those are working titles.
I'm disappointed in James Cameron. Man.
Too Fast, Too Tar. Yeah, so Avatar 1, the story focuses on an epic conflict. Maybe I should see this movie.
It's bad, man.
So you've seen it.
I watched a little bit on TV at work one day.
Well, why don't you fill me in? Can
Because
you
I
fill
watched
me
a
in?
little bit on TV at work one
Can
day.
you fill me in?
It's got a guy, and he goes into a suit, and they go, "You're not good enough for this suit." And he
Whoa.
goes, "All right, well, I think I am." And they go, "Fine, we'll give you a shot."
All right.
And then he does a great job, and he fucks some blue bitch.
Yikes. You watch that at work?
Oh, yeah.
in the break room?
Maybe I took a
You're
bathroom.
in the break room.
Maybe I took a bathroom break or two.
Yeah. I blew myself. Has anyone done that? Has anyone put that guy into
Yes.
Avatar? Put him into Avatar.
Oh, I thought you meant just make that meme.
Yeah, no, but I meant put him into Avatar.
Put Michael Blue, put Buster Blue.
Hey, how about this? What if
David Cross?
What about Zoe Saldana and the Smurfs? They're blue.
They're blue.
They're fucking blue. This is me getting fired from the writer's room.
Writer's room of Avatar 3.
How about Cookie Monster?
He's blue.
He's blue. He's fucking blue.
What about Elliott Smith? That guy was pretty blue.
I love this.
What about a drowned guy? They turned blue.
The development of Avatar began in 1994 when James Cameron wrote an 80-page treatment for the thing. And then the technology wasn't ready or whatever.
The thing.
The thing.
You just didn't want to say movie?
Movie. He thought he was going to be a planet at the time. He thought he was writing the history for a future world.
I thought he was writing the oral history of Avatar.
If the technology of terraforming Mars doesn't get off the ground yet, we'll just put it out on a film. We'll make it a movie. I don't want to waste all this work.
They want to terraform Mars. Why don't they terraform the desert?
Yeah, they should.
Then they can send people where the food is.
Hey.
The desert.
No, but so 94 is when he wrote an 80-page treatment for the film. And then in 2005, work on the language of the Na'vi began.
Imagine being... I want to read that guy's memoir.
But imagine being 11 years into a project and then being like, all right, time to get started on the word.
Time to get started on their language.
Language. Like, dude, you are too deep.
You're in way too deep. Yeah, how much random bullshit have you done from 94 to 2005 where you're like, well, I guess I'll write their whole fucking language now. Since I guess this movie's...
Well, he had to wait for the technology to catch up. Imagine they never made this movie and they're like, yeah, James Cameron's been trying to make this thing for 20 years. And he just keeps going, well, now I guess I'll focus on the history of textiles in this universe. Until the technology catches up.
I learned how the Na'vi make bread.
Yeah. It's just him nude living in a desert. Like, I'm waiting for the technology to catch up.
It turns out the Na'vis are descendants of an ancient civilization. And I've written their history.
I've written their history, too. That movie is even more... God damn it. We need even more complex.
That'll be Avatar 17. That'll be Avatar 1716 project.
1716. Man, this movie sounds
terrible.
For as long as it is, the plot is just 4 paragraphs.
You don't smoke, so you can just go to the movies. I'm terrified every time I go to a movie.
If you smoke cigarettes and you go to the movies, they frisk your penis.
No. I'm just like, all right, so this is 2.5 hours. Yeah.
I love it. On the Avatar Wikipedia page, there's a audio clip for a sample from the score.
That's what everyone wants a sample of.
But the title is James Horner, and then the title of the piece is Jake Enters His Avatar World.
Ew.
That's the best. Someone had like an orchestra going, and they're like, yeah, I got a title. Brian starts surfing.
James Horner did the Kroll soundtrack, which is incredible.
How do you know that?
You should listen to it sometime.
How do you know what James Horner
I know
did?
a lot of things.
His first film score was Lady
Every
in
time
Red.
I say anything that I know, you're like, how do you know that? And it's like, how many things do I have to know before you're like surprised that I know anything?
I don't question when you know books. If you're like, I saw a book, I go, all right. I like this, man. Oh, wait, he died. Never mind. I misread it. Yeah, James
Horner's dead?
James Horner did die.
What? When?
2015.
Did he get hit with one of those weird Kroll blades?
It's okay, though, that he died in 2015, because according to this, he also stopped working in 2015. So it's not a huge loss.
So it was a sudden death.
Musical borrowing. Yo, he borrows shit. That's not cool.
Borrowing's fine. Did he give it back?
His main title for Honey, I Shrunk the Kids incorporates cues from the score of Federico Fellini's film Amarcord.
Did he give it back to Federico Fellini?
No, he cut it out of the... So now when you watch Amarcord, there's a section... There's no music, and then in parentheses it says,
on loan.
uncourtesy of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
On loan to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Not too courteous of them. Disney paid an undisclosed sum in an out-of-court settlement and changed the film's cues sheets to credit Scott. That's funny to be like,
It's good for the people who buy the cue sheets.
Yeah, I was about to say. Like, I want money from Disney. And they're like, deal. And you're like, that's not it, though.
A credit. And it's like, all right, we'll put it on the cue sheets.
In the event of a high school film or a high school production of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
I want the kid playing trombone to see my name on the music. When he goes, or Kid Gets Shrunk. Famous piece by James Horner. The guy who brought his Brian loves his Avatar suit.
That bitch is tiny.
Little man blues. Man, dude, he's dedicated. Way of the Water, he's dedicated on.
Of course he's dedicated.
They're like dead. They shout him out.
He should be dedicated.
This one goes out to my man Horner.
He should be dedicated.
Oh, he won a Saturn Award for the Kroll.
For having the fastest Saturn.
Driving, but
He won the Saturn Drifting Award.
This is great.
In 2009.
The Saturn Award for Best Music. That's what it's called. It's the Saturn Award, which is like the Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror Award. But then they just have one award that's Best Music.
The Saturn plant changed my my hometown's economy, so I should never shit on Saturn.
No, you shouldn't. Saturn's fine. Who do you think won the Saturn Award this year? Danny Elfman.
Isn't Saturn the fucking Canadian one?
No, I just said, man, Saturn.
Well, that's Mercury.
That's the.
Why do they name all these things after planets?
That's not the Mercury Award. That's the. Normally, I know. What is the Canadian award? Nova. No. What is the Canadian award?
Pretty sure it's Mercury, buddy. Think you're about
Canadian award.
Think you're about to get got.
Just googling Canadian award. No, you talking about the music award?
Yeah, the music one. I think it's the Mercury's.
No, you're crazy. Juno Award.
Oh, so they just named it after a cool movie?
They named it after the capital of Alaska. Now the Mercury is the best of UK and Irish music. And the artists who produce it.
Well, what's the Canadian
They aren't just
one?
celebrating the music.
What's the Canadian one?
The Juno Award.
Oh, yeah. They named it after that cool movie.
They named it after Juno. When are they going to make Juno 2?
Electric Junilo.
What? No.
Want a snack?
I do like that I'm slowly collecting silica packets.
Well, if you ever need to start selling shoes,
I'm going to freshen up this room a lot.
So where'd you go? How'd the shows go?
Oh, Danville? It was great.
How was Mallards?
No, I didn't go to Mallards.
Well, Mallards doesn't exist anymore.
I know. I asked. I said, which way to Mallards? Mallards. Oh, you playing inside a duck? No, I'm going to Chattanooga tomorrow. No, on Wednesday I'm going to see The Shape of Water. And I'm going to drive home after it with my mind blown.
Oh, so you're staying an extra day to see The Shape of Water.
I'm going to stay overnight, see The Shape of Water the next day.
Do you think The Shape of You is going to be a song in it?
I could eat a shape of you. Wait, what shape of you?
I don't know. I think it's a...
I was singing a Joni Mitchell song.
I think it's a Little Brown song.
Little Brown. You mean Ariana Grande? She's Italian.
Who does Shape of You? What's his name? Etta James?
Etta James.
The kid. Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars. Ed Sheeran?
Ed Sheeran. It is Ed Sheeran, not Bruno Mars.
That's Bruno Mars is that award you were trying to remember that they give out in Canada. Winner of the Bruno Mars Award for Best Music. The Grammy Award for all of them should be Best Music.
Just Best Music.
The Grammy Award for Best Music in
We got
hip-hop.
15 of these left.
Best Music.
Best.
I just love Best Music, and it's like, was it a soundtrack? Is it a song? Is it just Best Music? This is the Best Music.
Any fun Danville stories? No?
No, Danville is very simple.
Don't say that about Danville.
Well, I mean, hey.
I'm sure they've got a lot going on there.
No, they do. Danville's got some stuff, some jazz. I'm excited
Some
to go.
jazz.
The jazz scene in Danville.
What are you talking about?
There's some cats out there who can really play.
I know I'm reaching here, but don't just blatantly lie.
They had a nice blues bar that I made up. No, they got all the spots. They got all the spots. No, Afro Man is cool. He is cool. He's a good guy. He was in Danville. No, Danville's cool. I gotta focus on the road though, man. I got a big tour.
Are you excited?
I'm
you
more
gulped when I said that.
I'm more trying to decide if I need to burp or swallow. This peppery jerky's gotten.
We're eating some jerky.
I think that silica packet spilled a little bit.
We're eating manic depressive jerky.
We're eating jerky made by a guy who yells on the package.
We've got work to do.
We never finished reading the whole message.
Did we not? I think we did. Fuel your freedom.
Yeah, you gotta fuel your freedom.
Big, gigantic letters. We all have work to do.
That's him just yelling at his graphic designer, and his graphic designer accidentally typed it. You keep reading, it just says, "Hurry up, your break doesn't start for 30 minutes."
This is like the lorem ipsum of just a manic man.
What's a lorem ipsum?
Just fill in text.
Is that like a Bildungs Roman?
Yes. No, it's like fill in text for like if you want to see how text would look on your website. It's just gibberish.
Like the brown fox and the lazy dog.
Sure. Whether you're on the front lines exploring new frontiers or forging a healthy life, Anthem embodies the hard-working spirit of Americans while passionately giving back to those who serve. And it's meat ready to eat, MRE. So they're trying to give it like a little military flavor.
MRE,
there.
meat ready to eat. I like that.
It's best by February 10th, 2024, which seems like a pretty close expiration date for something that is aged and supposed to last a very, very long time.
You know, I'm reading online, Googled Lorem Ipsum, and
she's just an OnlyFans.
She's a conservative politician. No, it says that the book The Godfather is based off of originally was a Lorem Ipsum. I've read better plots than a Lorem Ipsum.
Oh man,
this is so fun. I would love to win the award for nerd music. Yeah, the nerd said I had the best music this year.
Does MC P Pants or whatever the fuck his name?
No, it's always
every
movies. It is always movies that win. Wait, The Shape of Water? What the fuck? Wait.
Am I a nerd?
No.
I don't want to go see nerd shit.
There already is a movie called The Shape of Water.
Are you sure you're not looking at The Shape of You?
No. What the fuck is Avatar called?
The Shape.
Avatar. Avatar's called Avatar.
The Water of Shape.
The Way of Water. Maybe Elijah wants to go see The Shape of Water. Do you think they have that in
I think The Shape of Water, isn't that Guillermo del Toro's movie or something?
Yes. Written by him and Vanessa Taylor. Why don't you refer to it as a Vanessa Taylor film?
I'm sexist.
Who's Sally Hawkins?
I wouldn't know. I'm sexist.
She's got a really funny photo.
I bet it's funny. It's a picture of a woman.
Her photo is like, it looks like Carrie Brown.
She looks like she
is a mom on a CBS sitcom.
Yeah, I know. She looks like she's like posing for like the morning news.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's like going through pictures of the entire cast.
Regis, Kelly, Sally Hawkins. This bitch was in Paddington.
You know, if you're starting your day when Kelly Ripa is ending hers, you're a loser.
She's been in 2 Woody Allen films.
Uh-oh. Which ones?
And she won an Academy Award for having sex with some gross creature. Oh, that was for Shape of Water. Never mind. She didn't win it for the Woody Allen films. Got him. Fucking got his ass, dude.
Do you think if I called Woody Allen and I was like, hey, I think you're probably having trouble casting people. I'm available. You think I could get a job?
No.
What's your best pickup line?
Oh, the Leo wrote about the Kaiju show. We're in the press. Hot off the presses.
What'd they say?
They said exactly what is in the description of the event. but somehow this was written by Giselle Roden. Even though I'm pretty sure I wrote it a year and a half ago and have been copying and pasting it for months now. I'm pretty sure I'm the one who wrote performing their best material for 2 shows. That was my wording.
The Leo The best copy and pasters
Wow.
of Louisville.
They even, this is crazy, but all 7 comics on the show, they even have us all listed in the same arbitrary order I put us in on the
Wow.
event page.
That's a crazy coincidence.
What are the odds of that?
I can't believe it.
Oh, wow. They do my favorite Leo thing, which is it says, for the 7 p.m. show, Kaiju promises the show will, and then, quote, exactly the thing it says in the event page.
Wow.
End quote.
Wow. At least they quoted it.
They also keep saying Kaiju said.
Well, Kaiju is...
They published the event page. I guess I'm Kaiju.
If a Kaiju said something to you, wouldn't you be like, fine, I'll quote you?
They literally just read every single thing in this, except this photo of Lucius. Actually, you know what? This photo of Lucius is the same one in the poster, albeit they seem to have found the original. This is great.
Well, Lucius probably has a public Facebook page.
She did add the address. Thank God, though.
Thank God. No one knows where Kaiju is. It's so hard to find.
It's one of the hardest places. You don't need to be going to see The Shape of Water.
Yeah. Stay home. Watch the shit.
Eliza continues to develop a romantic relationship with and then it's all capital, amphibian man.
Yeah.
Culminating in sexual
He's a big
intercourse.
fish fucker.
Have you clicked on this Wikipedia page? It's pretty cool.
It's hot.
It's the Wikipedia page for sexual intercourse. The photo is awesome. It's 2 people having sex. Also known as vaginal intercourse or vaginal sex.
Or anal sex.
Or coitus or copulation.
Or anal sex.
No, anal sex would be under a different thing.
Why? So what?
You know
Gay
what?
sex isn't sexual intercourse?
You know what? This is kind of fucked up. Because, I was about to say, sexual intercourse, this Wikipedia page seems to exclusively be referring to men and women, penis and vagina.
But that's not what sexual intercourse is.
Yeah. Other forms of penetrative sexual intercourse include anal sex, parentheses, penetration of the anus by the penis. Oral sex.
Well, it doesn't have to be by a penis.
Hey.
It could be by a big rubber penis.
Oh, I think they're going to get into that.
Or a big rubber fist.
That's true. Big rubber ruler.
A big rubber any object.
A long tube of Pringles that you put some sort of plastic wrap around. Oral sex, parentheses, penetration of the mouth by penis.
That sounds gross.
Or oral penetration.
What about penetration of the mouth by vagina?
No, they say that. They do. They say oral penetration of the female genitalia, which is weird because when it's a man's penis, it's penetrating the mouth.
Yeah.
But when it's a woman's vagina,
it's the mouth is penetrating. Well, you've got to get...
This page is written horribly sexist.
You've got to put your head on the side so you can get your tongue inside it.
Everybody knows that's how you please a woman.
You've got to lay your whole body sideways across the bed.
Eric learned that from a 19-year-old comedian bragging on a stage at an open mic.
Talking about how he'd just eaten pussy for the first time, and he was like, I just thought it was uncomfortable. It's like, you gotta lay your whole body across the bed and get your head sideways so you can get your tongue inside, and you can get your tongue inside the pussy.
That's not what the Wikipedia page says. This is my favorite.
What's he up to these days?
This is my favorite Wikipedia click. Fingering.
Is fingering have its own Wikipedia
when you click,
page?
yeah, when you go to it, the page is finger. It's not like it redirects to a more appropriate name. It's not like it's digital penetration. It's
digital penetration.
Yeah, that's what always funny is when digital sex, they're like cyber sex.
Digital penetration is like when my credit card number got stolen online.
Ah, boom! You know, see exactly. I got to work on cyber sex and digital penetration. I love it. It's fingering, parentheses, sexual penetration by the fingers.
Is there a page for towing?
No, and then finally the thing you mentioned earlier, and penetration by use of a dildo, parentheses, especially a strap-on dildo. I just now noticed the especially part.
Not even just usually, which would make so much more sense.
Who wrote this? Like, this is awesome. Like, whoever wrote this fucking name. I love how they felt the need, even though it's Wikipedia, so you can click on every one. Like, if you were reading this and you're like, I don't know what anal sex is, it's blue. You can click on it. You don't need to do parentheses, penetration of the anus, which also they have in blue by the penis. They've said penis enough in blue on this page.
Oh, my Lord almighty.
These activities involve physical intimacy, which you can also click on.
Physical intimacy?
Yeah, and that one is...
What is that, just like a picture of a guy hugging his mom?
Kinda. Yeah, it is. It's like a 17th century portrait of just a woman and a man sitting next to each other. Physical intimacy is a sensual proximity or touching.
Sensual?
Yeah.
Physical intimacy doesn't have to be sensual.
These activities involve physical intimacy between two or more individuals.
Ooh.
I love how open-minded the first paragraph is.
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't they be open-minded? They're giving you tips on...
They're giving you tips on intimacy.
On which dildo to use.
Yeah, on which...
Especially a strap-on.
Especially a strap-on, by the way.
Hey.
Just to say it.
Yeah. Oh, man. Between two or more individuals and are usually used among humans solely for physical or emotional pleasure and can contribute to human bonding.
I guess, I don't know.
What alien?
Yeah, this
what
is
alien
weird.
with a very funny grasp of where what to parenthesize.
This is like an alien who, like, has a very weird job on the spaceship.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Who wrote this?
It's the equivalent of like the guy who's like, I think monkeys prefer the potatoes when they're ripe, but they don't know when they're ripe. But if they were to know, they'd prefer them. Then the guy's like, what are you working on? And he's like, humans bonding. By way of anal penetration. I have 4 bullet points.
I have a lot of different ways that they do this.
Sex, often a shorthand for sexual intercourse. Shit is all like, who is this smart and this dumb? Like, who is so smart that they're like, they understand often a shorthand for...
This is like if an encyclopedia wrote itself.
Yeah, like, what the
It's
fuck
like,
is going
the
on?
fuck are you doing here?
Like, who needs this? Who's like, oh, okay. Sex, what a dumb sentence. Sex, often a shorthand for sexual intercourse, can mean any form of sexual activity. And then there's a citation. Wikipedia was like, we need a site on this. You better find a World Health Organization
that declares foot jobs as sexual intercourse.
No, it's from January 2002, the World Health Organization. In English, the term sex is often used to mean sexual activity and can cover a range of behaviors. Other languages and cultures use different terms with slightly different meanings.
I want to see the Scandinavian
That's
scale.
like a doctor. Like that sentence I just read, some like
The guy went to school.
A doctor for the world.
The world.
Anthony Fauci.
Fauci's shares an office wall with this guy.
People are like, this Fauci guy's up to trouble. It's like, that guy doesn't even know what fingering is.
So Fauci knocks on this.
Explains it.
Fauci knocks on this guy's door and goes, "Hey, I'm going to Subway for lunch. You want anything? You want to split a foot long again?"
That guy's like, hold on, I'm working on an asterisk where I say these aren't real jobs.
Hold on, I'm fingering myself to see if this is sex.
Is this sex?
All right, so you what? You want to split a 12-inch tuna again?
Uh-oh. What a bummer. The third paragraph of Sexual Intercourse Wikipedia, various jurisdictions place restrictions on certain sexual acts.
Well, they better.
And then just a bunch of bad stuff that you don't want to see.
Can't fuck a pig.
Like incest, minors, prostitution, zoophilia, sodomy, premarital.
Well, Iran exists.
And extramarital sex.
Extramarital sex?
Yeah.
Where's that illegal?
Everywhere.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is. Whoa.
It's not illegal to cheat on your wife.
They really set
It's not
this
illegal to cheat on your wife.
up. It is.
No, it's not.
Hey, check this one out. A little bit of gay sex on the...
Gay sex.
A little bit of gay sex.
Do you think
Like how there's a nude woman fanning the two men having sex?
Do you think anyone's ever...
This 19th century erotic interpretation.
Do you think anyone's ever been like, hey, can I get a sex on the beach, but can you make that virgin? And then the bartender's like, all right, so a gay sex on the beach?
I don't get why it'd be a gay sex on the beach.
Because he's making fun of him. He's a homophobic bartender.
No, a gay sex on the beach is sex on the beach with Goldschlager. It's got like a glittery element to it. Some fun.
It's got pizzazz.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Some fun fatty.
All right, bring us home.
Bring us home. Country. Who am I? Country Roads?
You can't keep making that same joke.
I've made it before. Damn, I thought that was my new closer. Avatar. It's weird that I was just trying to learn about Avatar.
And now we're learning about gay
and the
sex.
next thing you know, I'm looking at a 19th century painting of Edouard in Avril.
That's just what happens. That's what Wikipedia's for, baby.
That's great. You're some guy in 1840, and you're just painting just two women going down on each other. And then people are like, why are you doing this? And he's like, Wikipedia.
By the way, I noticed there's a...
notice I have pants on.
There's one of my treats under your chair,
What?
which kind of supports Whitney's theory that you're stealing treats
treat?
from her. What treat?
No, I haven't seen this till
I come in here, and Whitney
I don't think you had
accuses
these
you
last time.
Whitney accuses you of stealing treats, and then now I notice that there's one just sitting under your chair.
Well, you bring the treats over, and you hand them to her, but also she's closer to the door. And
well, listen, this is not a large apartment. Everything is pretty.
House.
Everything is pretty.
It's not any
that's
size of apartment.
That's how small of a house it is that I just called it an apartment.
It's not even a large apartment.
Everything is pretty close to the door.
But
your bed is pretty close to the front
true.
door.
I bet I could do it in 6 hops. Maybe less.
You could pogo stick 3 times to your front door from the bed.
Hey man, but check out that backyard.
That's where you live, right?
We're about to make no. I don't live in a backyard.
She never makes you sleep in the doghouse.
I wish. A lot of places have it's in the there's no lease because she owns the house. But sometimes they'll be like, you cannot camp in the yard.
Yeah.
Which that's great. That's bullshit.
I know, right?
That's like,
how do you help your homeless friends?
No, but that's what they're worried about.
And you should be able to do it.
Well, that's neither here nor there. What I'm bummed about is sometimes I got a nice tent, and I got a lady who's mad at me. It's like, you're telling me the neighborhood association won't let a guy get drunk and say some shit? Come on, man.
Well, let me get drunk and do some conflict resolution.
Come on, man.
It's just conflict resolution.
I'm just sure. Come on, man. I'm just trying. She found out how much money I spent on the thing.
She found out how much this tent cost.
She's noticed how many of the caramel shortbread cookies I've been eating.
We're supposed to be sharing them. And then she found out I was stealing lemon bars.
That's what I thought. Because she got mad because she opened them up. And there's
my mom got mad at my dad for eating too many of those bars as well.
Trouble starters.
It's like I'm just going around ruining relationships with snacks.
Yeah. These are dangerous cookies.
My mom was like, "Can you bring more over? Because Dad ate all of them."
Dude, they're good.
They're really fucking good.
That was the first of any of the stuff you brought over I've eaten. I saw them sitting there. I was late at night, and I'm like, I'm gonna have one of these. And then I ate. There's 4 in a pack. You brought over 2 packs, and I ate all 4. Then I was like, delicious. And then the next day, Whitney opens them up, and she eats one. And then I go, hey, can I have one of those? And she's like, what? You're crazy. Like, she instantly responds like I was crazy.
Well, there was 2. So you get one, she gets one.
And then she goes, these things are great. And then I went, how do you know? And she went, I've had them before. And I went, oh, so you've had them before and didn't share them with me. Which means, at a minimum, we're looking at 4 to 4. If you count individuals.
All right.
So the fair thing to do, go 2 to 2. I was just asking for 1. And then it became that thing where she's like, you don't just take them all. I was like, I don't want them all. And you can have the pistachios. And then I did this. I went, because they're your nuts. And then I went, your nuts.
That's your fault.
The pistachios are your nut.
That's you stirring the pot, baby.
Stirring the pot. I did it in a big pot. I was like, pistachios are burning. Hot pistachios. No, those cookies are too good.
I got boiled pistachios.
I forgot we were doing this today, but I was going to send you a message and ask if you had more.
There weren't more. She didn't fly on that airline for her last trip.
So she works different airlines?
Yeah.
Is that normal? Is that normal? That seems like you'd be employed by the airline.
No, apparently it's a thing.
She is a pilot? No, she's a server?
She just loads the bags.
Really?
No.
Well, that wouldn't be that absurd.
No, she's a space waitress.
She's a space waitress, a waitress in the sky. You know that song?
Sure.
Do you actually?
Pink Floyd.
No, by the Replacements.
No.
That's funny that you've dated the ladies with this job.
Dated 2. They both know each other.
I know.
And they know another girl I fucked, and they're all friends together. They all hang out together, just the 4 of them.
No, I noticed.
That must be
4 of them.
The 3 of them. You're right.
Yeah, well, I'm there sometimes too.
But you're there as well.
No, it's very funny because I one time was like, we need a photographer for this like show coming up, and then the one person messaged us and was like, from the comedy page, and was like, you should use this person. And then it was funny because in my mind I'm like, hey, these 2 people that I know for very specific reasons know each other. Oh, that's funny. This is a funny little, glad to see everyone's on the same page.
Yeah. Louisville.
I was explaining it to someone. I was like, Louisville's weird that everyone had sex with each other because they like don't think it's weird. Like,
yeah, no, it's just a thing.
Like other towns it happens, but they're like, we're weird, man. South Bend, we all fuck each other. It's crazy. But in Louisville, they're just like, no, this is normal.
Does everyone not fuck everyone in every town?
Fluid bonding. And then I'm like, I'm not clicking on that blue link.
Oh. All right, bring us home.
Oh, man. I'm just
I
trying to extend the podcast so I don't go out there and get beat up.
I know you got a hot one.
A hot one? Oh. I thought we had wings.
We got Chris Evans or whatever his name is here.
No, what's a good joke?
I thought I had something in here. Did you, all right, I got one. I'll do it. I think I've done this one on the podcast before, but I think it was one of the old ones. What did the Buddhist monk say to his black friend before he got knocked out?
I don't know.
Look inward.
Oh my god. We should have just ended it on
It's good advice, though. You gotta look inward.
Yeah, that was good.
You gotta look inward.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You gotta look inward.
Yeah. That's true.